They said she had learned to stay quiet, that after all the noise and documentaries, Meghan Markle would finally step out of the spotlight. But silence was never her comfort zone. So when she reappeared on Instagram, all polished glamour and empowered mom energy, people thought it was just another motivational post. Her caption was poetic, full of girl power slogans and find your voice lines. But what stopped everyone from scrolling was the face in the video, her daughter Lilibet, barefoot in a sunlit field, laughing for the world to see. Fans flooded the comments with hearts, calling it beautiful. But one man wasn't smiling. Prince Harry. Just hours earlier, he had stood on stage condemning social media companies for exploiting children. Then, on the same platforms he criticized, his own daughter appeared for millions of strangers. Sources say he had no warning. He found out like everyone else, staring at the post in disbelief. It wasn't just irritation. It was betrayal. For Harry, this wasn't about a simple photo. It was about trust. After years of suing tabloids, shielding his family, and building a fortress of privacy, the line he'd guarded was suddenly crossed, by his wife. Behind the walls of their Montecito estate, that disagreement became a storm. Voices rose, and words that couldn't be unsaid filled the house. To understand why, you have to know how opposite their worlds are. Harry has flinched at flashbulbs since childhood, every camera a reminder of what he lost in Paris. But Meghan, raised in Hollywood, was built for the spotlight. She believes visibility is power. He believes exposure is danger. To her, sharing Lilibet was empowerment. To him, it was exploitation. She believes in visibility. He believes in protection, said one friend. And that's a marriage built on a ticking clock. This clash didn't begin with that post. It's been simmering for years. During the Invictus Games, when Meghan flew home early, she posted photos of the kids, breaking their long privacy pact. Harry was furious then, too. Since that day, every upload has gone a little further, more revealing, more polished, more public. She's mastered the art of making motherhood look cinematic. The captions glow, the filters soften, and each picture builds her brand. Insiders say Meghan's connection with Lilibet feels symbolic. The child embodies everything she wants the world to see: elegance, strength, independence. Each photo of that little girl isn't just a memory. It's marketing. And while Harry fights for privacy, Meghan builds an empire on exposure. Then came the timing. Just 6 days before posting her daughter, Meghan made her big fashion comeback, stepping out in head-to-toe Balenciaga, the same brand still haunted by controversy involving child imagery. The move was supposed to signal rebirth and power, but instead, critics called it tone-deaf. Harry, who had just blasted corporations for exploiting kids, reportedly felt humiliated. She believes in visibility even if it burns, said a source. And this one burned deep, but Meghan didn't stop. Her next headline was Paris Fashion Week. Reports said she was personally invited to Balenciaga's show, until insiders revealed she had actually invited herself. Cameras followed her every step as she arrived in diamonds and designer security, turning the show into a personal PR shoot. What should have been grace became spectacle. When the truth surfaced, even loyal friends admitted she'd crossed a line, and back home, Harry's frustration reached its limit. It wasn't jealousy. It was exhaustion. The woman he'd tried to shield no longer wanted protection. She wanted spotlight. And for the first time, he realized they were no longer walking the same path. Then came the moment that shattered him. During a so-called fashion shoot in Paris, Meghan was filmed near the Pont de l'Alma tunnel, the same place where his mother died. She was seen inside a black car, smiling for cameras, unaware of the symbolism. When those clips surfaced, the internet gasped. To Harry, it wasn't coincidence, it was sacrilege. He said it felt like his mother's ghost had been dragged into their drama, one source revealed. That was when anger turned into silence. Behind the emotion lies something colder: business. Visibility equals money. Silence equals loss. Their empire of documentaries and deals runs on relevance, and relevance demands content. With Spotify gone and Netflix slowing down, pressure grew. Every post featuring the kids reignited attention. Insiders whispered, the children are the last golden card. And with each image of Lilibet, clicks turned into cash. Meghan, it's strategy, survival in a ruthless world. To Harry, it's exploitation disguised as empowerment. He sees the woman he loves turning their family into content. She sees it as controlling her own story. Two visions, one marriage, and a widening gap between them. Friends say Harry looks worn down, tired, trapped between the wife he can't stop and the family he can't return to. Sympathy that once followed them has faded. His father's patience is gone, his court cases are failing, and his faith in privacy as peace feels broken. Meanwhile, Meghan is already planning her next move, a solo Vogue feature, new ventures, maybe even a lifestyle brand built around modern motherhood. She's not hiding. She's relaunching. Because in her world, stillness isn't peace, it's irrelevance, and so they stand on opposite sides of the same dream, one craving quiet, the other chasing light. The couple who ran from the crown for freedom are now prisoners of fame. She believes exposure is survival. He believes it's surrender. And somewhere between those two beliefs, the fairy tale is quietly unraveling, one post at a time. Somewhere between damage control and exhaustion, Prince Harry started pulling away. Friends say he's quieter now, spending long hours alone on the back patio of their Montecito home, scrolling through news he never wanted to read. Each headline feels like a replay of his biggest fear, that the world is watching his family the same way it once watched his mother. Except this time, he can't blame the press. He blames the person beside him. Behind the scenes, Meghan Markle is still moving with precision. To her, every stumble is an opportunity to reframe the story. When criticism floods in, she answers with grace-filled captions and curated charity appearances. She knows how to reset the narrative, a smile here, a podcast there, a photo with the right lighting and the right message. While Harry sees chaos, she sees strategy. Their marriage, once built on rebellion, has become a chessboard. Insiders whisper that their team is divided. Harry's advisors want distance from the influencer image, fewer public moments, more focus on his veteran initiatives. Meghan's camp wants visibility, fashion, lifestyle, motherhood, and advocacy blended into one unstoppable brand. They call it modern royalty. The problem? Only one of them wants to play the game. The couple's circle has shrunk too. Old friends who once visited often are said to tread carefully, unsure whose version of the truth they'll meet. Even staff members talk about two houses in one. In the West Wing, Harry's quiet office filled with military memorabilia and photos of Princess Diana. In the East, Meghan's workspace with vision boards, fashion sketches, and scripts for upcoming media pitches. Their worlds touch but rarely merge. One friend described it perfectly: she's planning a future in front of cameras. He's building a future away from them. And for a couple whose brand was born from togetherness, that's the cruelest irony. Money pressures have only deepened the divide. When the public sympathy fades, so do the contracts. The massive deals that once looked eternal, the streaming shows, the speaking tours, the brand collaborations, are slowing down. And with slowing deals comes new stress. Meghan's side argues that visibility keeps the lights on. Harry's side says privacy restores credibility. Neither side is wrong. They're just incompatible. Insiders hint that the next phase could be a quiet separation of identities, not marriage. He's not leaving her, one said, but he's learning how to stand apart. The idea isn't scandal. It's survival. He wants to reclaim his name without the hashtags. There's talk of a foundation rebrand, new projects focused solely on veterans and mental health. He's told friends he wants to be seen as a man again, not a headline. Meanwhile, Meghan is preparing something new. Her team's been shopping a concept around Hollywood, a lifestyle brand inspired by authentic motherhood, blending advocacy, style, and family values. Some describe it as Goop meets Royal Grace. Others call it a masterclass in reinvention. Whatever it is, she's planning it alone. The pitch materials list her name, her voice, her story. Harry's name doesn't appear once. Behind the smiles, the emotional distance shows. When cameras catch them now, they look polished but disconnected. The easy laughter from their engagement days has turned into rehearsed warmth. Insiders say they still attend events together, but the affection is formal, like co-hosts, not lovers. The fairy tale glow that once made the world believe in them has dimmed into something quieter, almost transactional. And yet, there's still love tangled in the silence. Harry doesn't want to fail at family again. He's haunted by the image of a boy walking behind his mother's coffin while millions watched. He's determined his children won't inherit that trauma. But the harder he tries to protect them, the more they become symbols of the battle he's losing. For Meghan, the story is different. She sees herself as a woman misunderstood, framed as ambitious when she's just determined, painted manipulative when she's simply strategic. In her world, control isn't ego. It's safety. Every time she's accused of overexposure, she remembers how quickly silence can erase a woman. Visibility, to her, is armor. She's not trying to destroy their privacy, she's trying to define it on her terms. That clash of intentions has turned their love into performance art, two people acting out their values on the biggest stage the world provides. To outsiders, it looks like drama. To them, it's survival in different dialects. Recently, a rumor spread that Harry has been taking solo trips abroad under the radar. Quick flights for charity events or meetings without the cameras. Insiders say those moments bring him peace. No flashbulbs, no strategy sessions, no headlines, just purpose. He lights up when he's away from the machine, a friend confessed. But when he comes home, the lights dim again. Meanwhile, Meghan's comeback blueprint is in motion. Stylists are calling, editors are listening, and production teams are whispering about a glossy new feature, her own rebirth narrative. Her circle calls it a phoenix era, soft colors, poetic storytelling, a return to compassion and connection. The irony is rich, a brand of intimacy built for millions of screens, even the palace can't look away. Quietly, royal aides admit that the couple's downfall feels both tragic and inevitable. They escaped the institution only to build another one, said one insider. Just with better lighting. The real tragedy isn't the scandals or the press. It's the love story buried underneath, two souls who ran from control and found themselves trapped by it. Harry wanted freedom. Meghan wanted recognition. Both believed they could rewrite the rules of fame. But fame doesn't negotiate. It consumes. Now, late at night, the Montecito estate sits in eerie stillness, the kind of silence that feels heavier than sound. Somewhere inside, Harry is said to reread his old notes about mental health, reminding himself to breathe through the chaos. Meghan scrolls through drafts of her next project, her mind already 6 steps ahead. They sleep under the same roof but dream different dreams. The world may never see them split, not publicly. They'll smile for the cameras, deliver speeches, post holiday photos. The image will hold, even as the bond thins. Because for both, image is everything, his shield, her weapon. And in that difference lies their destiny. They were supposed to escape the crown and build a new world together. Instead, they built a mirror, one that reflects everything they ran from. Privacy became performance, love became leverage, and peace became just another storyline. She still believes the world needs to see her. He still wishes it would stop looking. And somewhere in that impossible middle, the dream of freedom quietly fades, frame by frame.